malaika wangu. Every single time you are away, my heart forgets just how to be. And maybe I should let you know, even if the earth should fly away, I'd find a way to you. Maybe I should let you know, every single night I ask the Lord to keep you safe for me. The moonlight in the dark, shining brighter than the brightest star will ever see. Malaika nakupenda, na kila saa you're far away, my heart forgets just how to be. And maybe I should let you know, that even if the earth should fly away, I'd find a way. And maybe I should let you know, yeah, every single night I ask the Lord to keep you safe for me. Maybe I should let you know, that even if the earth should fly away, I'll find a way to you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Nanga sherehe on a daily, ndio maana introvert hawanipendi, kujibonga ndio inaleta super wengi. Wananiita papito papito, mastingo ni zake mandingo. Natoka klabu wa mwisho kwa mfuko ni zero la wamani ya kesho. El Capitan, napenda usherati na warembo malisa, Mwili mechoka, lakini bado ninagodha. Anarumbosa, ni mina washo hana ngodha. Ni demo mmoja, na ameomoka. Situko mavitu, na tunazoza. Kawa kwa nervous, tonga kijaba, usijelala. Kuna walevi wamekuja wamenyanya, akina dada wanataka biringanya. Ndio sherehe imeanza, ndio sherehe imeanza. Kwa sherehe utatupata, kwa sherehe utatupata.
Ukifika kwenye party, statement ya kifahari, marashi za bei ghali, Diona Versace, chini piga Nike, na pamba safiris na shingo ziwe icy, Sub-Zero fatality, ndoku malo ndoku donjo kwenye shere, style deadly, kila mtu na mbebe, DJ ongeza tena speakers iheme, watu wacheze kuna rambo na ndiamo, washika wako kila mtu obrigado, kumatumbo chopoko wa miela nyere, kineno kairodu manokoro liriembo jochende. Kodon, kodon.
Washa kishada, kawa kwa nervous, tonga kijaba, usijelala. Kuna walevi wamekuja wamenyanya, akina dada wanataka biringanya. Ndio sherehe imeanza, ndio sherehe imeanza. kwa sherehe utatupata, kwa sherehe utatupata.
Okay, fine. I have a 100 bob in my pocket. Nataka nikunywe 40 shillings. 60 shillings ni fair? Fair.
Sasa mnashikila utaki. Idana usula.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Pawa Radio. Alexis on the beat.
Wewe nani, unanipigia simu kama nani? Eti niachane mume wako nani? Unajua Nadia kweli mimi nani?
We ni nani, unampigia simu kama nani? Hata utoe vya ndani, atarudi hapa kwangu tu nyumbani.
Anapenda vidogo dogo, mwenzako anavimumunya. Mwanamke unapenda zogo, tafuta jambo hilo la kufanya. Oh, ni wangu, huyo nasema ni wangu. Oh, ni wangu, kubali yaishe ni wangu.
Oh, ni wangu, huyo nasema ni wangu. Oh, ni wangu, mwishowe ataisha ni wangu. Hivyo vimeseji na kuficha simu havinishtui. Atachoka nawe, wengine aende, yule hakagui.
Kelele ya chura haizui ng'ombe kunywa maji. Kwangu habanduki, kwako hatoboki, na kwa maana ye
anapenda wife material, mwenzako anakudanganya. Mwanamke una kasoro, tafuta jambo hilo la kufanya. Oh, ni wangu, huyo nasema ni wangu. Oh, ni wangu, mwishowe ataisha ni wangu.
oh, ni wangu, huyo nasema ni wangu. Oh, ni wangu, kubali yaishe ni wangu. Mi sitakoma, koma, koma, koma. Mi sitakoma, koma, koma, mama.
Ntakukomboa, komboa, komboa, komboa. Ntakukomboa, komboa, komboa, msichana we. Oh, ni wangu, huyo nasema ni wangu. Oh, ni wangu, mwishowe ataisha ni wangu.
Oh, ni wangu, huyo nasema ni wangu. Oh, ni wangu, kubali yaishe ni wangu.
Oh, ni wangu, huyo nasema ni wangu. Oh, ni wangu, mwishowe ataisha ni wangu.
Oh, ni wangu, huyo nasema ni wangu. Oh, ni wangu, kubali yaishe ni wangu.
Got the beautiful Miss V on them vocals. Calligraph Jones in the place. Rabbit. Teamwork. Let's get it.
From outer space, out of this world, we come in peace, tell your master all. We are taking over this place right now. But bring your crew, you can let them know. We in town, they should dress up for the show. We are bringing down this town tonight, oh. In an African party, we stomp our feet on the ground. We raise our hands in the air and say, hey, hey, hey. Luka, leo hatulali jo. Dunda, asubuhi mpaka mpaka kesho jo. Washa nare madem na machali tu. Usijali hali nipoona juu. Ruka leo hatulali jo. Dunda asubuhi mpaka kesho jo. Washa nare madem na machali tu. Usijali hali nipoona juu.
Imagine, hivyo ndo muingianga kwa klabu au jasikia tunakula life na adabu na masela sela. Wana hela umenijazka hiu mase hela ni jui basi tela ni king kaka king of Zamunda. Tuko ndani na tumedunga kaka clothing we bado mtumba. Mina manager tuko tight anajua mini spend thrift. Meza drinks nimezipanga kama Tetris.
In an African party, we stomp our feet on the ground. We raise our hands in the air and say, hey, hey, hey. Ruka, leo hatulali jo. Dunda, asubuhi mpaka kesho jo. Washa nare madem na machali tu. Usijali hali nipoona juu. Ruka, leo hatulali jo. Dunda, asubuhi mpaka kesho jo. Washa nare madem na machali tu. Usijali hali nipoona juu.
Boo, check it, yo, I go like boom, 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 boom. Mikono kwa hewa nikifika tu kwa boom, 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 boom. As I be rolling when I be the cruiser, boom, boom. Get out the way, I'm feeling like money today. I'm here to pour it up all over the club, I'm willing to pay, so that's how I plan to go and tap it. Hey y'all, feed what up, let's make it happen. I'm here to get it cracking. Shorties are telling me that I'm attractive, cause they be feeling the swag, I'm classic. Call me Papa Jones, and that's it. That's it. I'm on.
Ruka, leo hatulali jo. Dunda, asubuhi mpaka kesho jo. Washa nare madem na machali tu. Usijali hali nipoona juu. Ruka, leo hatulali jo. Dunda, asubuhi mpaka kesho jo. Washa nare madem na machali tu. Usijali hali nipoona juu. Ruka, oh.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Pawa Radio.
That's what he said to me. Rudi nyumbani, doesn't matter what you did. Shoka Moshe, that's what he said to me. Rudi nyumbani, doesn't matter what you did. Oh, oh.
You did.
kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Hey, that is Rudi Nyumbani or Shoka Moshie by Stacey Kamatu, and it's playing right here on the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Wanyoike, and welcome officially to the Retire Wednesdays Power Morning Drive Show edition. You know how we do here. It's a show where we get to discuss things that are concerning policy issues, talk about public participation, governance issues as well, and what your role as a citizen is in terms of accessing information that you need to know on how you can plug into conversations that are happening within the country. Remember, the hashtag to use is the hashtag Power Morning Drive, and you can do that by getting in touch with us on our social media handles. We are at Power Radio across all our socials, and also remember that this live broadcast is happening right now on our YouTube channel at Power Radio. So if you've not yet subscribed, kindly go on to head out to our social media that is on YouTube and subscribe. It's absolutely free. Hit on that notification bell so that whenever we go live, because we do go live a lot, you are able to be first in the know and catch up with some of actually all of our programming. You are also on our website www.power254.org/Power Radio. For now, let me get you to work because the roads are looking absolutely crazy this morning. I start off with the high and mighty Thika Road. Thika Road hakupitiki, especially from KCA University as you go down to Pangani. Looking absolutely mayhem there. We also have Kiambu Road. I hear that it's actually 5 lanes today morning. Looking absolutely busy, especially as you go from DCI going down towards the Muthaiga, St. Gertrude's Hospital, Muthaiga area there, looking bumper to bumper. We also have Limuru Road. Limuru Road is looking not too shabby today. There's only a little bit of a snarl up as you go in from a village market towards the United Nations Crescent area, but it clears out after that as well, only to get Songamano kidogo pale Aga Khan, but after that you should be good. We have Wanyoike Way. Wanyoike Way is looking not too shabby as well, but Songamano kidogo pale ABC as you go into University Way, but it clears out soon after that, so mjikakamue tu kidogo mtafika. We have Raila Odinga Road. Raila Odinga Road looking good today, hakuna msongamano hata kidogo. You guys are all clear. Langata Road all clear as well, but there's only a little bit of a snarl up, especially as you leave the Southern Bypass area, heading towards out of Carnival, Weston, that area of the Wilson Airport to Weston Hotel. A little bit of a snarl up there, but it clears out only to come and shikamana pale as on the entrance of Bunyala Road. Bunyala Road kama kawaida busy. I'm not even going to say anything. Jogo Road impossible as well. So if you can avoid that road, kindly make sure you love yourself and don't do that to yourself. We also have Mombasa Road. Mombasa Road is looking absolutely busy this morning, especially pale ukifika to Bellevue. I can see usually nakuanga Capital Center, but at this time it's only cleared up. We only have just a little bit of a snarl up, I think, because of the traffic from South C, also at South B as well. So the Bellevue area looking absolutely tight as well. Ngong Road, not too bad today. Only a little bit of songamano kidogo pale hivyo Prestige Plaza, but it opens up as you go inbound towards a town as well. Agwins Kodhek Road looking slow but sure. Things are moving slowly but surely, especially as you go from Yaya Center. We see a little bit of a clearance as well. So that's what's happening on the major roads this morning. In case you see any accidents or incidents, kindly let us know. The hashtag to use, remember, is hashtag Power Morning Drive Show, and make sure we are in the know so that we can let other Kenyans know which routes to avoid so that they can get to work safely as well. All right, now I will take a short musical break. When I come back, we get into the day's news headlines, more locally and internationally. A lot is happening. Are people flying out of the country because of the Adani money deal that is getting JKIA people, employees on strike. We also find out what went down at the Donald Trump and Kamala Harris main debate leading up to their November general elections of the United States of A for America. This is Power Radio. See you in a bit.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
I'm falling. Sugar daddy. And the storyteller,
So fresh is on the beat.
being a friend has never been good enough for me. That's not where I wanna be in your life. Your life. Is there a day that I'll be good enough for you? Siku ikifika niambie. Oh, is this how it feels when you fall in love? Is this how it feels when you fall in love? If I had one wish tonight, I wish you feel the same. 'Cause I'm falling for you. Look at me falling. I'm falling for you. Oh Lord, falling. Oh baby, I'm falling. Pick up the phone, I'm calling. See the trouble you be causing. I'm at your door when I'm knocking. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't you wanna be more than a friend? Baby girl, you know you be 10 over 10. I know you want me, let's not pretend. Just tomorrow isn't promised. Baby, let's be honest. Yeah. Baby, let me mend your broken heart. Baby, let me love you if tomorrow is the last day I get to see your face. What we gonna do? Boo, 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 my boo, boo. Just baby, I'm falling. I'm falling for you. Look at me falling. I'm falling for you. Just baby, I'm falling. I'm falling. Look at me falling. I'm falling. For you. Is this how it feels when you fall in love? Is this how it feels when you fall in love? Is this how it feels when you fall in love? Gravity is pulling me down. It feels, baby, I'm falling for you.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Way I do like this, he said, Walolo. Way I swing my hips, he said, Walolo. Baby, make miss, he said, Walolo. Way I sing my hits, he
Radio. Tune in and power up.
Hello, niggas blowing up my phone. Usini hala kama huna phone. Mnani choke, mnani kabako. Hello, nyiri betinde wa you dogi mawadwaro. Werigi jogi gidwa promises of life. Werigi jogi do machinji ya online. Vijana wa Nairobi msinilete ufala, ndio maana mi huishingi hatungepatana. Ukinikata mara moja wezi nitamalaya. And you're telling everybody that this Gucci's on fire. OnlyFans, kwenye mefika nafungua OnlyFans. Kauna nipenda tuma fare in advance. Kwenye mefika no romance with no finance. OnlyFans, yeah, yeah, OnlyFans. Kwenye mefika nafungua OnlyFans. Kauna nipenda tuma fare in advance. Kwenye mefika no romance with no finance. OnlyFans, yeah, yeah.
Hello, ladies blowing up my phone. Aki bien you are so bomb. Wakituma fare twakuja kwako. Oh yo, steady grinding all night long. Na sikuji kasi form ya door. Itabidi ukanje ndo tupige show. Ukisikia sauti solo jue ni kubaya. Hii muziki ya Kenya twaipeleka Ulaya. Na temperature inapanda warazi wanakwaya. Tutashinda magrami before tumeretire. Mise OnlyFans, walimefika natambua OnlyFans. Kanika kitu umetumia OnlyFans. Walimefika nafanyia OnlyFans. OnlyFans, yeah, yeah, OnlyFans. Walimefika natambua OnlyFans. Kanika kitu umetumia OnlyFans. Walimefika mutambua OnlyFans. OnlyFans, yeah, yeah.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
All right, that is OnlyFans by Bien. Yes, and it's playing right here on the Power Radio, the one and only Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Wanyoike, and I am your host. And if you are our loyal listeners and watchers, you can see that on our YouTube channel that I am not alone. I am joined by my guest. She is already in studio, the one and only, the very beautiful, very insightful policy expert and other things, Miss Angeline Gitonga. Woo-woo. Good morning, Angeline.
Morning, Anne.
How are you?
I'm good, and
it's
you?
It's so good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Thank you for
umepotea
having
sana.
me.
Yes.
Ni juzi tu I was here.
No, si juzi tu. Are you loving the sun? The sun is out today. Maybe you are the one who's come with it.
Yeah, actually, I'm
it
the
has
sun.
To be. You're the sunshine. That's amazing. How are you? For people who do not know who you are, you can maybe kindly just introduce yourself, and then we get into our local and international news roundup.
Thank you so much, Anne, for having me. To introduce myself, I'm Angeline Gitonga.
Yeah.
As mentioned by Anne, I work at Power 254 as a project officer. In advocacy towards activism, youth empowerment, governance, and human rights.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing.
I'm also a mom.
Oh, yes.
And a wifey.
Of course. And a lover of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the love of Jesus Christ.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. So Angeline is here because we are going to be talking about the creative bill. You may know or you may not know that there is a creative bill that is under scrutiny right now. The creative the Creative Economy Bill 2024. So she will be here she's here already. We will be getting into that discussion at the top of the hour. But for now, let's get into our conversation in terms of the local news headlines. We start off with the Daily Nation, and on page 2, there is the suspension of court by the proposed 30-year-old JKIA lease to Adani Holdings Limited. So, as you may know or not know, there is a company, an Indian company called Adani, and they want to lease JKIA for 30 years because apparently, it makes economic sense for them. And so some of the workers actually, if not all, the workers of the Kenya Airports Authority are actually on strike as we speak today. And some flights have not been taking off. We have had multiple cancelling of flights as well. So a lot is happening on that front. I do not know what you make of this whole entire thing. First of all, it's a matter of national importance. So number one, the JKI is a public airport. There are people who are saying we cannot afford cannot afford to lose it, especially not to a private owned company. That would mean a lot of unregulated, unnecessary business, because you see, at the end of the day, when a company is absorbing a thing as big as an entity as big and as public as JKIA, of course, they are there to make money. So one front of the discussion is this cannot happen. Some of us will not be able to even go outside. And the other one is like, oh well, but the government is not doing a great job at ensuring that it runs smoothly the way it's supposed to be running. So I don't know what you make of all this.
It's quite an interesting, not actually interesting, disappointing,
frustrating
order of events. Because remember, this JKA has also been a source of revenue for the government. Through the taxes that are collected, the government is quote unquote supposed to run the development of the country. But what does that mean at the end of the day? So it means there will be a deduction of the revenue collected from the JKA, and I'm sure it's going to be translated to somewhere else. That will definitely affect the citizens. So it's an interesting thing. So let's just see, but at least the light at the end of the tunnel, or rather a shimmer of light that we can only hope on to right now, is that the court has suspended that 30-year-old lease. So let's see. From this point now, they go into court, then appeals, but the public gets to air their concerns as well as we wait for the final ruling. But and it's a very it's very unbecoming of us, because it really shows, like, I think for me the challenge that I'm having with it is the incapability of the government to run its own things, because what do you mean you are going to allow somebody to come? And by the way, it's not just JKIA. That would mean that all other airports that are government owned will be in possession of this holdings company, So we cannot afford to do that. I'm actually wondering, how did the government allow us to get to that here? Yet there were people who were elected, or rather selected, to run this.
Exactly. It does not make sense. So it really shows. It says a lot about the capabilities of our government. Do they really know what they are doing anyway? So we'll keep an eye on that conversation as well. And of course, we will be back here to discuss those matters. But now, some interesting, I would say, new information about the Jimmy Wanjigi home raid in his Muthaiga home, like about a month ago, have come out. And let me just tell you, these are some of the things or the items that were the police took during the home raid, according to Citizen Digital. So a mobile phone, an iPhone, which is iPhone 15 Pro Max, all of that. So let me just break this down slowly by slowly. So they were able to possess mobile phones. That's an iPhone 15 Pro Max, and so two of them, a Samsung Flip 5, iPhone 14, Samsung Flip 5, Apple laptop, Apple iPad, and a Samsung tablet. So that is not even accounted for. So we also have things like an old cut diamond stud earring valued at $16, which is 2 million Kenya shillings, 142,561 shillings.
What does that have to do with anything they were looking for?
The list is long. I'm just on 5 items. So we have Cartier jewelry. Among with them, hoop love earrings, rose gold, valued at 268,320 Kenya shillings. We have a yellow gold ring at valued at 170 to 180 shillings. We also have another love ring and 3 diamonds ring as well, valued at 528,000 shillings 900. We have some paved diamond stud rings of rose gold valued at 202,600. So when you look at all those, it comes to around 8 million. Those are some of the valuables that the police were able to take from him. Among them, we also have pendants. We have things like some more diamond earrings, some gemstone coal earring. We have a what is this? A watch worth 258,000 Kenya shillings. We also have Apple AirPods worth 103,000 Kenya shillings. I mean,
this really police? Some there are people who pose as police to get this stuff.
First of all, my concern personally is that this I cannot even. What's my net worth right now? that is what I thought about. I'm like, if people came to raid my home today, what would be said of me? And it's so funny. I remember when I just moved out
they stole her lovely heart.
The most expensive thing that I own is my heart right now, according to Angie. But oh my God. So 8 million Kenya shillings.
Wow.
That is just the items that were taken. And mind you, they didn't take everything. It's just jewelry. Yeah. They didn't take everything. So really, this guy is rich, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, but yeah.
I'm still stuck at why will they take jewelry in connection to whatever they were going to look for in their house.
Apparently,
like they were
collateral.
On a different purpose, actually.
Of course. Yeah.
But I hope he'll get his
things
stuff
back. Yeah. Oh, he has to. He has to. And but you know, these people usually, hata kazi kiuzwa, rich people usually have insurance for their things. So either way, not a loss like that to him. Yeah. But the police, if at all this is the police, what kind of bad manners is that?
Yeah.
That is invasion of
human
exactly
rights because of invading his space.
You're invading
space and taking up his belongings,
his personal possessions. Constitutionally they are wrong. They are absolutely wrong, and I hope that he gets justice. But it feels so bad. No, not bad. It feels weird for me talking about justice in terms of like a person of privilege.
Yeah.
I'm used to justice being,
police brutality.
It used to be these people who are not like the less privileged. So
but I think it cuts across, and it comes in different levels.
It does. So I never thought in my wildest dreams I would have to say that bring back things for Jimmy Wanjigi, but oh well. He's also a Kenyan citizen, and he's protected by the constitution and the law as well. So I hope he gets his justice as well. On to other news now. Among others, Abduba Dida is incarcerated.
Wow.
He was incarcerated because of allegations of stalking his wife, his American wife. Yes. So he moved to the United States since 2019 for further studies, but he got a wife there and he married actually, and they actually have a kid. But I don't know, maybe something happened along the way, and so he's been stalking her as well. So he's been incarcerated.
So there's something like that when quote unquote a husband can actually be sued because of stalking you.
And all the husbands and the wives that are listening to this are like,
Yeah, but
Yeah, there
maybe
is.
probably there was a separation or something
Probably.
for her to sue
Yes,
him. Yeah.
yeah. We do not know the details yet, but the family over here is asking for his release from incarceration.
You know, when I
Yeah.
saw the story, I was
Yeah.
like, well, can you imagine this could have been our president?
Yeah,
And
could
then
have
these
been.
are the cases that we are dealing with.
Seriously, right?
On top of the corruptions and everything else that we
everything.
need to deal
Yeah,
with.
you don't
It's
need
shocking.
this. It's a lot. Yeah, because I mean, he came in at number 5.
Oh, yeah. So some Kenyan citizens
Yeah, they
saw
had
potential
seen.
in him.
Yeah, they had seen potential in
Yeah.
him. I mean, it's a close shave, but again, I don't know what justice would look like for
I
him.
know, because is it justice for him or,
Or
his
the
wife?
wife?
Yeah, so
I
you need
don't
to
know.
get the details.
He probably
Yeah.
would be deported.
Oh,
yeah, because now he's in a new country. The rule of the land would mean that he will have to be deported here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Let's see how it goes.
messy. Let's see how it goes. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. Also Harambee Stars, shout out to Harambee Stars. In our sport news today, they were able to win over Namibia in the ongoing friendlies that are happening. So that's just yay. Yay. But I wonder why our other games are not as like, you see how we've
Highlighted.
been jipangad like athletics.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know whether much emphasis is not put on other sports as well, or what is the problem. Would you know?
No, I'm not sure.
I'm
But
also
I
not
think
sure.
the whole sports sector
Yeah.
needs some bit of more organization.
I believe so
and
too.
structures that
Yeah.
will help run the sports sector better.
yes.
Yes, for the because it has potential
Yeah,
to
yeah.
contribute to the country's GDP, but
Yes.
also it is a source of livelihood for
Many people.
young people, especially young people from the informal sectors.
Yeah.
So if we really and truly worked on having it well organized,
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it will amount to something better, especially for the youth of Kenya.
Especially for the youth of Kenya.
Yeah.
And actually it's interesting because some of the conversations that were happening earlier on was that the arts, youth, gender, they needed to be separated because sports was also in there. And so the conversation was, if it is a ministry of arts, let it be art and culture alone and heritage. And then if it is gender, it is gender. If it is sports, let it be sports alone. So that you don't have to mumble up and jumble up the...
And they're all great sectors.
They
so
are.
It's like mixing, trying to cook mchele and ugali.
Yes, that
you
doesn't
need
make
to separate
sense.
them so that
Yeah.
you can see the effects
Yes.
and how to make them even more effective. Yeah, and I agree. We need to separate the sports issues to do with the creatives
Yes.
and also youth affairs.
Yes.
They're all ambiguous.
They're all
They're all
ambiguous.
ambiguous,
So it's neither here nor there. Yeah, but allow us to take a quick break. When we come back to wrap up our day's news, local and international. When we come back, actually, we'll get into the Trump-Harris debate as well, ahead of their close election that will be happening in November. So that's actually a month or so, we would be knowing who is going to give us a headache about the US presidency, because apparently the rest of the world has to hold when America goes to elections as well. So come back with us. This is Power Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Chris to the cantata. They call me Chris to the cantata. That's why they call me. Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. That's why they call me. Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. Yo, they say it's hard to compose a rhyme. I say you out of your mind or you're full of lies. Then again, you could could be the slow kind. I don't see how lyrics don't hypnotize. Voila, the season has transformed. You got reason to be bored, so now you want more? I'ma serve you flavor that you can't afford. The bill about to get placed on your tempo. So don't even try to resist. Look at yourself bumping to the beat. Get up and get down with a G-twist. Forget the hater, cause the fool's not on the list. Dig this, we came and we took over. Got the keys to the ride and we're not sober. We made an oath that we ain't gonna ride for you. So now it's hip-hop, ride us to the border. Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. That's why they call me huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. They're taking over my head, dog, they on a hustle. I'm taking over their bread, dog, I'm on a muscle. Try to be cool, but I gotta mumble. Better yet, after that, there's a big tussle. Quit them tears, boy. Dry your eyes, see the G going cheers, boy. Don't be mad, cause I say that you weird, boy. You kinda scared, so I see that fear, boy. Meditating on a cute shorty. Lean body, mean thighs like the chick bought it. Eyes set real tight like they all assorted. If she arrested my ass, then she got a warrant. I'm a legend in the living, and that's that. I grab objects of vices you can't touch. Read all comprehension is too much. Unawares is words that bring the rap. Let's go. Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. Glad that you stopped by. Who are you? What's your business? Bye bye. I hate people that think that I wanna rise. Yet and still I'm the steel that will not fly. Ask why? I got this even better. On this planet I teach you before the chatter. What I compose gets better by the day's weather. That's why they call me Chris to the cantata. Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. Huni nani G, huni kantai hajali G, huni mtu mkali G, tuliza moto kufani G. Yo, yo, yo. That's why they call me. They call me Chris through the cantata.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Papa Fololo, the king of Kapungala. Kapungala Ngala. Oh, hey. Ay, 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 maneno za umbea na fitina zote mina tupa nyuma. Hata tembo na sigara kubwa zote mina tupa nyuma. Kusema sema na kutia tumbi zote mina tupa nyuma. Kuna mlungula na kutoa pia mina tupa nyuma. Nipate mimi nikimfuata Yesu, nipate mimi nikimfuata Yesu. Onini tukisote nikimfuata Yesu, nipate mimi nikimfuata Yesu. Fuata nyayo zangu nikimfuata Yesu, nipate mimi nikimfuata Yesu, nipate mimi nikimfuata Yesu, nipate mimi nikimfuata. Hey, na kutia tope zote mina tupa nyuma. Hata kuna na kukata waya zote mina tupa nyuma. Kunoga noga na kudona dona zote mina tupa nyuma. Ulevi mina tupa nyuma. Nikimfuata Yesu, nipate mimi nikimfuata Yesu. Oneni tukisoka nikimfuata Yesu, nipate mimi nikimfuata Yesu. Fuata nyayo zangu nikimfuata Yesu, nipate mimi nikimfuata Yesu, nipate mimi nikimfuata Yesu, nipate mimi nikimfuata Hey, minapenda watoto, minapenda kuimba, minapenda kuenda church na kuomba ndimi nitakatakata. Minapenda kutoa, minapenda kusifu, minapenda kuenda church na kuomba ndimi nitakatakata.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, that is System ya Kapungala, and it's playing right here. It's by Daddy Owen, and it's playing right here on the Power Morning Drive show on Power Radio. This is the Morning Drive. My name is Wanyoike, and I am not alone in studio. I am joined by Angeline Gitonga, as she was able to tell you. She's a policy and advocacy expert from Power 254. And just before we get into our day's conversation, which shall be around the Creative Economy Bill of 2024, let's just talk about the debate, the Kamala Harris and Donald Trump debate that happened. Was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday. Which a lot of I keep saying that the United States politics are in a way very emotive or emotional. I mean, it's also the same way in Kenya, but in a way, they're usually very hyper choreographed. You can see that, like Donald Trump, he was able to say that, for instance, that the Democrats have they had a president who didn't know that he was even alive. That was it was a stray aimed at jabbing the former president Joe Biden. Well, he's not a former president; he's still the president constitutionally, but he just stepped down from the race. And who do you think is going to clinch this seat for when it comes to November 5th?
That's very interesting because I haven't been following as much.
Yeah,
but I think.
Or you can tell us who is going to win. You might have intel.
Do you want my personal?
Yes.
Yeah, my personal view.
Yeah,
Donald Trump all the way.
Before people come for us, people might come for you for saying that out loud. Yeah, but again, interesting. Let's just wait and see who becomes president again. But me...
Do you think it's going to affect our relations, like whoever
Our
wins,
international
relations,
Yeah.
especially Kenya.
Yeah, I mean, how so? Well, if you look at superpowers like in the world, the United Nations is obviously one of the superpowers. China is also another superpower of the world, whether people want to admit it or not. And so...
And Russia.
most definitely Russia as well. So yes, whoever gets to be president of the United States does affect how geopolitics are run all over the world, actually, because apparently, quote unquote, the United States is the most powerful nation on the earth. And so that means that whichever president gets to clinch the seat determines how things like international diplomacy go. They also determine how international relations go. We talk about trade sanctions as well, because negotiations also right now, because for instance, the biggest story for in between Africa and the outside world is the entrenchment of China. The how China is really coming swiftly into Africa, and they are calling it trade partnerships, and this newfound romance between China and Africa. And so of course the United States was looking at China with a side eye, and they're like, but we also want a piece of that cake, that African cake as well. So yes, it will absolutely determine like how those, maybe if it's trade negotiations go, how those negotiations go, what kind of agenda is also pushed, because I have been observing, and I'm very keen on that, especially culturally, because that's just one of the things that I'm interested in. When Democrats are in power, I tend to see some agendas being very much pushed.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand? So things like the LGBTQIA agenda, they push that. We talk about, the green agenda is also very heavy, because Republicans don't believe in the change of the climate. So it's something that I've seen, and it's gonna continue as well. So whatever side of the coin wins gets to determine the agendas of other parts of the world. That's too much power for one country to be able to determine what other countries think is priority as well. I'm not a fan of how politics of the world run, but we are here now, and to even further discuss about how things are done, now we get into our day's conversation. We are talking about the Creative Economy Bill of 2024 that was brought before Senate by Senator
Eddie.
Yes, thank you. Of course. I was cruising for his name in my mind. And so maybe to just kick us off, what is the Creative Economy Bill? To just start off there.
So maybe to start off where it's all started, and why we've been part of this. This creative support bill, not giant per se person. So Pawa 254 recently had an art exhibition on International Youth Day. And we were seeking to see how art contributed to the recent activities, protests that were happening in Kenya, and how it shaped how it's going to shape democracy in Kenya going forth. And so from the art exhibition, we had several artists presenting their arts, and also we had arts that emerged from us as an organization that were taken during the protests. And after the art exhibition, we came up with several action points, and we were looking in the government, into the government sector. We also had an action points towards the human violations that we saw during the protest, whereby we were calling for actions to be taken against the perpetrators. And also now, and finally, we had an action points under the creative economy, because all this, the art exhibition was also leaning towards the creative economy. And under the creative economy, we were asking the artists to also participate in the Creative Support Bill public participation of 2024. And so the Creative Support Bill of 2024 was introduced at the Senate by Senator Eddie Gisheru, Okech, and it was first public in May 2024, and the first reading happened in August of this year, 2024. And then after that, now it was subjected to public participation that recently ended on 30th of August. And as Power 254, we were able to hold a town hall meeting with some of the creatives that we work with, or on 23rd of August at Mageuzi Hub, whereby they were able to give in their recommendations and inputs towards the creative support bill of 2024.
Wow. And I understand that it's a very embattled bill because of some of the proposals that people are finding, especially creatives are finding very problematic and exclusionary. So would you kindly take us through some of the proposals that have been met with a lot of criticism as well?
First of all, it's worth noticing that the creative support bill was tabled by the cabinet secretary of trade, industrialization and tourism, which is very funny, because the creative sector falls under the Department of Sports, Youth Affairs and Arts. So that is first thing that was really highlighted by the artists during the public participation, because it's worth noticing that the creative sector in Kenya, it contributes to 5% of the Kenyan GDP. But at the same time, this sector does not have like real legal frameworks that are guiding the sector.
Got it.
So, and that's why you find like there are so many gaps. Like it's like everyone is trying to gain, or rather be a part of this. Of this meal, because I know everyone understands the potential that underlies in the creative sector. So right now there is also a creative industrial bill that is trying to also suggest some of the things that we see in the creative economy support bill. So some of the suggestions that are found in the creative support economy bill include the formulation of a guild, and this will comprise different representatives from the creative sector. For example, we'll have a representative. It suggests a representative from the music genre, industry. We also have representatives from the software and development, the dance, a guild representative from the dance industry, and so many others. And also actually a representative, an advocate representative that will be nominated by the Law Society of Kenya. It also seeks to have an unincorporated advisory board, and I'm emphasizing on the unincorporated because it also cautious points, because when a board is unincorporated or something is unincorporated, it means it cannot be held accountable. And so as one of our proposals as Power, we were asking for unincorporated now.
Unincorporated.
Incorporated board, so that can be held accountable. The bill continues with more proposals. For example, it says there'll be an introduction of a creative fund. But now the creative fund also limits the people that are going to benefit from the fund. First of all, you need to be a member of the guild. So what happens to the artists that are not part of the guild? Because I'm sure not everyone will be able to be part of the guild.
That's right.
Especially from the marginalized communities, probably because most of them, unless there's a serious civic awareness action towards the bill, I'm sure there are artists that are not going to be part of this guild. And
even I also think some artists don't even know that there's a creative economy bill to begin with, as we are at right now.
And actually maybe one of the proposals could be, if they really want the artists to benefit from this guild and the creative fund, they need to push this, they need to create awareness among the artists. When they had yuko mashinani, the informal sectors, because as we speak, not so many artists were actually aware there's a creative bill in Senate. So imagine they're saying there's going to be a fund, but how many artists are going to access this fund?
Yeah,
and also the fund limits some of the people that are going to benefit in terms of their age codes. It proposes, or rather it suggests that the fund will only be beneficial to the artists that are under 35 years old.
Yeah.
So does that mean that when I'm past 35 years old, I'm no longer an artist?
You
and remember, artists being a creative is a lifetime.
Yeah.
I believe it's a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
You don't clock a certain age and say, I'm no longer a creative.
Yeah.
And that is what has been happening in the creative sector indirectly, whereby it's like when I'm a creative when I'm under 35, or rather when I'm still young, but because I need now to get serious with my life, I need to have another source of livelihood. Income.
Yeah.
But that's not true, because we can see like countries like Nigeria, because of their film industry, it runs second in terms of creating employment in the country.
Wow.
So there's a huge potential in the creative sector. It's only that we have a limitation on how we perceive it.
Because you make a very interesting point. You really do not stop being an artist just because you're past the 35-year-old mark. And also that gets me thinking about the shelf life in the arts in Kenya. They say that you have a shelf life here in Kenya because, or not even just in Kenya, in Africa, like after a certain age, you just know it's time to pack up and go, which I think is a problem, because it is a policy problem, because the assumption then becomes that after 35, maybe if you are a lady, you no longer have that, the for lack of a better word, like for example, in music, there's something they call sex appeal. So you're no longer appealing to the audiences that you used to appeal to when you're younger as well. So what's going on with that as well? So I think these are some of the issues that the policy should be able to enshrine. So you've given us the proposals of the bill. Then there was a memo sent to challenge these proposals. What were some of the recommendations from that memorandum?
Yeah, some of the memos that we submitted after having the town hall meeting. Actually, let me just be honest. While we were having the meeting with the creatives, or rather, so because we wanted to take them through the bill so that they're able to review and give an informed proposal towards the same. But after we went through the bill, at some point they were suggesting they wanted us to do away with the bill.
Okay.
But you see, now we have to start from somewhere. So that means, and some of their concerns were, this thing looks very nice technically speaking.
On paper.
On paper. But now as an artist, it doesn't make any sense. Like I don't see me as an artist benefiting from it. So they were suggesting that maybe more creatives should have been involved at its development. But during a public hearing that we had recently at the Senate with the Standing Committee on Tourism, Trade and Industrialization, Senator Eddie actually clarified that he's an artist. So by the time he was developing, or rather he was trying to come up with this bill, he was thinking from a creative perspective, but that is still a bit questionable.
It's questionable,
considering some of his fellow artists thought that the bill does not speak to their needs. And so as I had earlier highlighted, we gave several proposals towards the same. First of all, we had very specific proposals that were speaking to the different sectors and general proposals. On the general proposals, as earlier highlighted, we were asking why is this bill tabled by the Industrial, Tourism and Trade Ministry and not the creative sector, or rather the Arts, Youth Affairs and Sports Department, that somehow has maybe a better understanding and has been doing this for a while. And remember our previous conversation where we were saying still the Ministry of Sports, Arts and Youth Affairs needs to be separated. So on top of it being very clustered in that ministry.
Yeah.
Now the bill comes from a different
ministry
altogether. So
Yeah.
somehow the issues are not the actual issues that are not being solved, because
Addressed.
first of all,
Yeah.
we need to have a very clear ministry that is able to run the
Yeah.
arts
Yeah.
the arts industry alone.
Yeah.
So that was one. And so we were saying, can it be tabled, or rather, for example, can it be tabled by the cabinet secretary, youth affairs,
Yes,
arts and
the arts.
sports?
So it came. So it was tabled from you're saying the Ministry of Trade,
and Tourism and Industrialization. Yeah.
Well, that even speaks a lot about what is going to happen, because I know, I understand, I can see through it. The connotation is that we want the artists, yes, but we want them to
The money.
revenue. Yes, we are here for the revenue.
Yeah.
We are not here to benefit the artists. Yeah.
And you see, if they really looked at it wholesomely, there are some of the issues that could have been dealt better with
when it came from the ministry
if it came
itself.
from the ministry. 'Cause as
we
it
can't
is,
have that. Yeah,
it's a bit too general.
Yes.
Yeah. And as I said, does not actually solve some of the issues that we see in the creative sector.
And some of these issues are really cut deep through.
Yeah.
For example, even before you deal with the industry, the artist as a person, as an individual. For instance, there's a lot of issues with like royalties, for instance. How do you cater to them getting their royalties?
Yeah.
Just the other day, we were seeing the campaign for Play Kenyan Music. The frustrations from a lot of Kenyan musicians was like, we don't have enough platforms. Oh, there was also that proposal about, there's a lot of talk about creating more platforms
on the bill.
on the bill, but
which is funny because we already have enough
so many
platforms,
but what these platforms do not translate into, for instance, sustainable livelihood for these artists.
So it means
what
there's
is
a
going
duplication
on?
of resources,
of roles as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, I was talking about the proposals, the general proposals that we gave, and that we had concerning the other proposals that we had that were a bit general were let me just talk about the specific proposals.
Yes.
And so about the age bracket that we saw that was being suggested for the beneficiaries of the creative fund, we're suggesting let this be open to all age. Yeah, because creativity does not have an age limit and it's a form of discrimination. Yeah, we also saw that they were suggesting a 4-year tenure for the ones for the advisory board and I think the guild.
Yes.
And so we were saying, can this only be a one tenure?
Yeah.
Because if we have a person who in the guild going for 8 years, what does it mean? So it means there will be a lot of monopolization, and also they'll hold a lot concerning the creative bill, and we need to open it up for more creative minds and representatives from all different creative industries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a very good place to take a break right now. We are continuing our conversation this morning, and we are focusing on the Creative Economy Bill of 2024. Our guest, Angeline, has been able to break down what it is, what are some of the proposals that it was offering, and the memorandum that we were able to put out in countering some of these suggestions. When we come back, we now get into some of the nitty-gritties of what, for instance, at what stage is the creative economy bill at, and what more you need to know about the creative economy bill. If you have any questions for us, if you want to find out more about the creative economy bill of 2024, you can do so on our social media handles. We are at Pawa Radio across Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, as well as X, and we are also also on our YouTube channel. If you've not yet subscribed to our channel, kindly do so. We are at Pawa Radio. Subscribe, share, like, comment, watch, and do all the things. It's absolutely free. And you can also get us on our website. We are www.power254.org/Pawa Radio. For now, let's get some music. When we come back, we continue with our discussions this morning with my guest, Angeline Gitonga. Keep it Pawa Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Pawa Radio.
African beauty, tall, dark, and handsome. Gave me his number, I gave him my name. That marked the beginning of such a beautiful thing. I don't know what I'm feeling when he's around. My head touch the ceiling, far back to the ground. Is it love or just infatuation? Whatever it is, I just love the sensation. About my African king, I love his big brown eyes and the color of his skin. I can't breathe whenever he's not around. I go weak, oh yeah, whenever he comes around. I don't know what I'm feeling when he's around. My head touch the ceiling, far back to the ground. Is it love or just infatuation? Whatever it is, I just love the sensation. And I'm so glad he's my rock, he's my power, he's my warrior king. He's got my back, he's no coward. He's my ebony baby, coffee skin like a Howard. He's my hero, my strength, he's my African Jack Bauer. And I don't know what I'm feeling when he's around. My head touch the ceiling, fall back to the ground. Is this love or just infatuation? Whatever it is, I just love the sensation. What I'm feeling, yeah. Oh, to the ceiling, yeah. Oh,
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Pawa Radio.
Studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this.
I can't help but feel punished. I can't help but feel vanished in shadows of those walking behind me. Those I light the way for. Those are nurtured, pain and explained and paved the way for. Down with public shaming, tired of blaming, pointed fingers, hot cold, feigning joy, lucking bars, smoking cranium, as my head bobbing, eyes sobbing from police tear gas. Down the chicks trickling, buzz face sickly, frown, look around, sicking thoughts, puzzling, joining, troubling doors, puffing, sniffing, make you groove, guzzling, drinking, take your shots, posing, much to prove, chained up, pleading in the courts, ice colder people move. Ah!
Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this.
Bidi body get murdered. Kakitungu he bit ni tia jaka waka omera my guy. Titushani mbogwa my guy wanja. Nimekuja kipan fan kamjesh. Yani Regency kamlesh. Hini recently yani come fresh. Kusheng sheng na sense jenga peng call me the alchemist. On a battlefield with my iron fist. Just turn this bitch into a smoke dish, smoke split, pass you. Ha!
Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this. Living in the studio, listen to that boom bop go. We got this. Me and all the homies know music is our food for show. We got this.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Me, I keep it fresh on. Me, I keep it fresh. Me, I keep it fresh. Me, I keep it fresh all day. Fresh all day. Fresh all day. It's all cool. Fresh all day.
Think you can handle Count Moolah.
I come correct. And yeah, my swag so official like I'm the ref. See, I be rockin' Louis, so shorties wanna do me. Have all these haters feeling so underdressed. I see you mucking me, but I ain't mucking back. Cause I ain't got time for your chitty chat. Why you tryna copy and paste me? I'll be with your broad like butter on pastry. She's on my arm like my Virgin Mary. And we be on that weed from early. OG, smoking by the OZ. And all she wanna see is a couple emojis. Well, I got money to blow. And shorty, I ain't tripping, so you already know. Can't moolah all day. If you want it, gon' pay. Hater, I'm just letting you know that
all I know is swagger.
Me, I keep it fresh all day. It's all cool. Me, I keep it fresh all day. It's all cool.
Put your hands up if you have some.
Cause you keep it fresh all day. It's all cool. Cause you keep it fresh all day. It's all cool.
Okay, my life is not the same, and I know who to blame. If I remember the name, it sounded something like fame. For the money, for the game, I would kill it. No shame. Rep a crew that's untamed, and I'm a dude that's maintained. Swagger so right as Frank. 20 big Benjamin sitting in the bank. What you think? I've been working hard, numbers agree. So please believe me, this is easy, born to be an MC. So I took one Nairobi, the swagger strong only. 24 hours round the clock, Wani. The Levi store know me. Big up Ryo and Fuzzy. Now I'm fresh all day, Nikki Chapakazi. Boys be looking at P, this ever slappy. Lucy, Kibaki, LOL. Yeah, I'm only messing, I'm just digging the jam. Bumping it with my fam, Chuck Taylor's helping me stand. Let go.
All I know is swagger.
Me, I keep it fresh all day. It's all cool. Me, I keep it fresh
all day, so cool. Put your hands up if you have some. Cause you keep it fresh all day, so cool. Cause you keep it fresh all day, so cool.
I said we on to be their favorite. Moolah team pacing. Further than the basement, higher than the spaceships. NASA couldn't waste this, rockets couldn't chase this. Swagger on vintage, African Fresh Prince. Flying like the Jetsons, higher than the Jeffersons. Moving on up till they can't get enough of us. Now we at the top, better use your binoculars. Swagger non-stop is what you do if you have some. And I'm just getting started. Ever seen a Kenyan boy trying to go harder? Huh? You gotta work for your profit, cause everybody's trying to get paid in Nairobi. I think your swagger need coaching. Fresh all day, it's all cool by the ocean. Swagging down in South Coast, you could say we coasting. High grade glowing, super flowing. Damn.
All I know is swagger, swagger.
Me, I keep it fresh all day, so cool. Me, I keep it fresh all day, so cool.
Put your hands up if you have some.
Cause you keep it fresh all day, so cool. Cause you keep it fresh all day, so cool. Fresh all day, 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 so cool. Fresh all day, fresh all day, so cool.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
That is a CAMP to the Moolah.
Yay.
Moolah was my, I almost said my childhood, and then I remembered, no, they were not my childhood. They were my post-high schoolhood.
Oh, you're that young.
Excuse me. Speaks the girl who is younger than me.
I also grew up watching them, admiring them, the cool kids.
Yes, the cool kids on my days. And then Kwanzaa, I don't know whether you watched Teen Republic.
Yeah, I used to watch it.
Oh
by
my
Anita
God, by
Nderu.
Anita Nderu.
Yeah.
Oh my God, now she's a whole
And
grown
Tracy at
woman.
some point.
Yes, and Tracy as well.
Yeah.
She is a mom and stuff. Hey, my good Lord, Teen
Your
Republic.
pace setters.
Teen Republic. I don't know whether it's still going on.
I'm not sure.
What are the kids? Is it? Yeah. Producer is telling us that it's going on.
What's going on?
I was about to say, what are the kids watching? And then I remember they're the ones who are on the streets demonstrating. So probably they're watching Power Morning. They are watching Power Morning Drive. Thank you. Thank you all for watching the Power Morning Drive. Yeah, that's Kampula with Fresh All Day. And it's playing right here on the Power Morning Drive show on Power Radio. I am your host, Anne Wanyoike. And I am still in studio with, joined by Angeline Gitonga. She's a policy and advocacy policy policy and advocacy expert from Power. I want to say Power Radio. Yeah, Power Radio 2, Power 254. And we are in the midst and the bones of unpacking the creative economy bill. Rather, by the way, did you know that the creative economy is also known as the orange economy? Why orange? I do not know why.
I wonder, because we have the ocean,
blue
economy,
which is the ocean.
Yeah, and the yellow economy,
which
is
the digital space.
So space,
Why is it called
why
the orange?
Maybe what does orange signify?
Probably like fun, something creative, something fun.
We should look into that.
I'll look into that. We'll see. Yeah, but yes. So we've been just looking at the proposals in depth and analyzing them step by step. And I want to say that we're still continuing to look at those proposals, and something that have come across in the proposal and suggestions is about the data protection. A violation of data protection, because the creative economy also proposes that there should be a database of creatives as well, so you can let our listeners know why is that a problem.
Thank you, Anne.
As you also tell us more proposals and their implications as we go on.
And there's a request from one of my fans.
Yes, fans.
Which a gospel.
Awesome. Atupe anataka gospel gani? Muulize.
Yeah, please. Mwenye ametuma the request, please. I suggest a gospel.
Sawa, tutamchezea
gospel.
Kama kuna dawa. Tutamchezea gospel. Flozz, umesikia? My producer amesema.
Anyway, on a light note, Yeah, so you've mentioned about the data violation,
yes.
violation of the data. For the creative bill, because we see in section 14 of the creative support bill suggests maintain that the guild shall maintain, or rather there shall be a maintenance of the creatives, or rather the artist database, which is contrary to the Data Protection Act. And then the question that rises is, for what purposes? And maybe someone will say because of the creative fund bill, but I think they need to be more elaborate as to why they need to have a database for the creatives. Because it's actually infringes your
Personal
the
privacy.
creatives, personal privacy. So that is one of the things that we see in the creative bill. And actually it was one of also our proposals, that this should not be enacted because it's contrary to the Data Protection Act of Kenya.
Right.
Okay. And if it has to be there, they need to be very specific as to why it needs to be there, and what are they hoping to look into when they have my intel.
And at what stage is the creative economy bill at right now?
At the time, we had the public participation window during
closed.
August, that closed on 30th of August. And last week on Monday, there was a public participation hearing with the committee that is in charge of the bill. And so we gave in our proposals, and by we I mean Pawa, since we submitted a joint memorandum that we gathered from the town hall meeting. We also had individuals attending the public participation hearing. We had lawyers, since it speaks about having an advocate of the High Court in the guild. We also had stakeholders that are really interested, are concerned about the welfare of the creative sector in Kenya. And we had representatives from Kikobo, from the film industry. It was quite a good representation of the creative sector.
So what's the next step? Where do we go?
So the next step, we hope that the proposals that were submitted will be included in the bill upon its amendment. And then after that, now we'll have the second hearing at the Senate. And if it passes at the Senate, then it goes to the Parliament, National Assembly. And then another public participation will happen at that point. And so if then again, if it passes, then we shall have it enacted into law as an act.
Which might get people back to the streets again, especially creatives. Because again, but what do you think is the missing link? Why do we always keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again in this country? Because clearly this bill is failing because it's not holistic in its approaches. What could be the problem here?
That's what I was wondering myself. And it's interesting. We had a legal expert during the town hall meeting, and he was taking us through the background of the creative sector. And it's interesting to note that the Kenya Kwanza manifesto was suggesting the creation of a creative fund. So we were wondering, could it be quote unquote one of their strategies to achieve one of the goals that they had suggested during their campaigns, forcing them maybe, I don't know, to rush into this. But now Senator Okech made it clear that this was his own, he's the one that tabled the bill. So I don't know, maybe we also need to do a lot of research actually, because I don't think there's a lot of research surrounding the creative sector, especially in Kenya. And also have now the people that really matters concerning these issues on the table when these things are being developed. Because we do a lot of hypotheses.
Hypothesis. It's okay.
When I think developing some of these policies and we miss the critical and very specific matters that will make a huge difference when these policies are being developed, especially towards the creative economy. Because as it was very clear and loud from the creatives, it lacked it lacked a touch of them.
Them themselves.
Yeah, them themselves.
Yet it purports to be the one that
the
saves
solution to the creative sector.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, as even to gauge your response, especially as a person who's heavily involved in advocacy campaigns as well, where does that leave you as a person who deals with advocacy? You're an advocate in many spaces, and the creative economy is just one of the things that you might have to also be in endless meetings and consortium meetings and back and forth emails discussing where do we go next. I mean, what goes into your mind as an advocate? Because it feels as if everything is set up to fail in this country in a way, in one way or the other. Yeah.
So funny, Kenya runs as one of the countries with the best legal or other frameworks in other aspects or other sectors.
Yes.
But now there are other sectors that are a bit generalized when it comes to creation of policies that will guide how the sectors. And so it's a big concern because the creative sector itself has a huge potential to the economic growth of this nation.
Yes.
Yeah, and so more time, I don't know if it's more time that needs to be taken or to be taken before we come up with such issues. And also the public participation also needs to be highlighted, or rather to be taken into with so much vigor in such matters. Yeah, because we need the people, we need the Kenyan citizens to give their inputs in such issues.
Yes.
Yeah, and when we are keen in such things, we'll see a very huge difference and positive change in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
especially on the things that involve the youth.
Yes.
We saw what happened the recent day. In the past few days, or rather the past few months.
Yeah.
When the youth are well informed and engaged, change happens. You see?
Yeah.
Because they were able to do whatever happened, like they were able to participate and push for better governance within a very few time, a short time frame. Yeah. So imagine if we are very keen on enlightening and also engaging the youth to be more informed for a better engagement into the governance processes.
And I also saw that some of the offerings of the memorandum that you were able to table had to do with the sustainability approaches for the creative economy as well. In terms of, for instance, modernizing the arts, I also saw some provisions on the digitization, and in terms of just looking at the digital economy, because right now we are in an AI revolution, if I would say so. It's fast approaching. So how do you ensure that we are regulating this kind of or not, even if not regulating, but creating opportunities and boundaries that are not controlling, but rather they are boundaries that will open up the spaces for creatives and artists to not only make a livelihood, not only be economically empowered, but also create avenues for them to be, to practice their art in freedom and in an all around holistic way in a sense as well. So with that in mind, I would love to know now, to an artist that is listening to this and listening to our discussions for today, what would your words be to them in terms of where do they access the information for this creative bill? How can they plug into the conversation? How do they ensure that they look out for the spaces where they can go and meaningfully engage?
So one of the places that they can meaningfully engage is Pawa 254, because remember our work is lies a lot on the creative economy, especially because of the activism of our activism, and that is whereby we use art, we depend on art to drive social change. And so Pawa currently is developing programs whereby we can have meaningful participation and engagement of the creatives. Of the creatives. Concerning them contributing to the bill, or rather knowing much more about the bill. I don't think there's much that they can do at this stage, because the public participation period was closed. Maybe now it's to look forward to the next public participation at the National Assembly if it gets to that stage. And at Part 254 will ensure that this information, or rather, they get to know about these things that actually matter to them. And not only the creative bill, but we intend, or rather we are very intentional on promoting the creative sector. Through the programs that we undertake, or rather we run, and also the opportunities that we give the creatives to be more empowered.
And let me just read something here. Why it's important for us to engage in such conversations. Do you know that the arts contribute to a whopping 5.32% of the Kenya's GDP? That's not a small percentage, which valuates to 85.21 billion Kenya shillings
annually,
and employing more than 300,000 people directly. So that's directly, meaning other people indirectly are also they are more they are able to be enshrined within this so and so called creatives and arts sector as well. So it's a very important conversation that we have to continuously have. But let's go on a quick break, and when we come back, we now get into wrapping up our discussions for today. This is Pawa Radio, and we've been talking about the Creative Economy Bill of 2024. We've been looking at its proposals and also some counter proposals as well, the recommendations that was tabled by in a memo by Power 254, and which was in collaboration with other creatives as well. So let's go on a quick break. We will be right back. Keep it Power Radio.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Wanipigia sishiki, wanitumia ujumbe sijibu. Sijui ni kwa nini, I wish ningekuwa na majibu. I don't want to disappoint you, so I would rather avoid you. But believe me, I feel you, na ni kweli ninajaribu. Lakini moyo wangu huenda du. Every time I think of me and you, I'm afraid that I am going to love you, then later I am going to lose you. Moyo wangu huenda du. Every time I think of me and you, I'm afraid that I am going to love you, but I'm gonna try and give a chance Utando lwa miluka Kifuna uko pumelela My brain goes 100 miles an hour. I think of everything that could go sour. My heart really wants this to work out, and I'm terrified of getting a blackout. Lord, forgive me, I have been running away from my true feelings. And it's time to stop being afraid and face my true self. Lakini moyo wangu huenda du. Every time I think of me and you, I'm afraid that I am going to love you, then later I am going to lose you. Moyo wangu huenda du. Every time I think of me and you, I'm afraid that I am going to love you, but I'm gonna try and give a chance Utando lwa I'll try for you.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
That is a beautifully talented Sero with Kue, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show, almost on its way out. But before we go, so we've come to the end of our conversation today.
Yeah.
So maybe you can just let us know what to expect. What can Kenyan creatives expect? Me, I am creative adjacent.
What is that?
I mean, I guess I'm in the media, and the media is a genre of art.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think your needs were represented in the bill?
No, they were not.
What would you want to be represented?
I could not see myself there. I needed to see myself.
On what spectrum?
The media. And as a talkist, as a conversationalist, as a curator of conversations, I wanted to see, no, for real, like, but there were some genres that were not taken care of there.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, AI, I would love to see what happens in that world as well. And I mean, I know we are in the...
Does it fall under the software development? Or it's... And gaming?
Could be, but it should be on its own. Yeah.
Or because of how broad
it's
it is.
very complex. And also, like, even governments do not know. Like, I saw Oprah and Bill Gates and Elon Musk have... there's a very big interview coming up this, I think, this September on just the future of AI. And Bill Gates was saying in that interview that they created something that they did not know what they were doing. Like it's like it's regenerating faster than they thought it would, and so they do not even know how to control it at whatsoever.
And why does this keep happening? Because it's not the first time I hear that there's, like, for example, there's so many issues that the world is experiencing, and the first conversation is you hear, like, for example, media. Is it media or just... Yeah, how do we? It's usually let's create something for ABCD. But at the end of the day, we are like, we hear people saying, how can we control it?
Yeah.
So why don't we see
how to futuristically how do we control it before troubleshoot?
Where does it leave us?
Where does that leave us? Yeah. So
as
those
humans
are very, very, very. I think the world that we live in right now, honestly, if somebody dies right now and resurrects in like 10 years, they would not recognize the kind of world we are living in, because things are changing so fast, and it's I do not even know how to catch up myself. Honestly, I feel like I'm always playing catch up, because honestly capitalism is really it's a living organism on its own, and it has decided to create more and more ways of becoming and unbecoming at the expense of, just what it means to be human now. Because like
the simplicity of
just humanness. Like we just want to wake up, see the sun, laugh, tell stories, go back to sleep, enjoy snacks and
create
food,
your art,
smell the flowers, but we are here, we have to deal with a gazillion and one things, man, that and it's so unfair, because even part of this is the creative economy is one way, arts, artistic expression and artistic creativity is one of the ways and avenues that have remained for us to exercise our humanity, because like, for instance, if I can just take one thing like storytelling. Human beings are storytellers in nature. Like that's how we communicate. That's how we pass information across. So if
and
that is taken away,
one of the best ones.
Wow, guys, you heard it here first. Okay. Miss Angeline has said anyway. So let's be on the lookout. Final remarks as we conclude.
So final remarks concerning the bill. I think the creative sector, and I have mentioned it throughout our conversation, is that even as the governments or the policy makers come up with these laws that are trying to regulate or rather create a guiding framework for the sectors, specifically the arts industry, the sports industry, the anything to do with the youths, let's engage them. Yeah, and also let's come up with programs that will make them be more informed concerning these matters. For example, apart from creating my art, as an artist, I also need to know how can I market and brand and package my artwork so that at the end of the day, I'm also economically empowered. I'm not just creating art for the sake. Unless I am that's what I really want to do, but we see a struggle or rather a gap on how in the creatives, or rather with the creatives. I'm very talented. I have a very nice skill. Rather I can perform really well, but how do I translate this into money, into an income generating activity. So these things need to be taken into consideration. Apart from that, also, how do I run a successful business as a creative? How is my financial management as a creative? How is my understanding on taxations, etc., and the implications it has on me? So that are some of the things that we need to look out to, not just general aspects. We also need to go to the specifics, because the creative sector, as seen in the global aspect, has huge potential if only we get to give it the seriousness that it requires and come up with very specific and effective strategies on how to run this sector.
Awesome.
And not only the creative sector, as I mentioned, anything that is involving the youth, yes, the citizens in general, but also the youth, because the youth are quite innovative and creative.
Awesome. That has been our show for today. Thank you so much, Angeline, for coming on, and we do hope that we shall continue with this conversation as we go along as well. Thank you so much to everybody who was able to tune into the Power Morning Drive show. This has been Retire Wednesdays. We do this each and every Wednesdays as we get into conversations that matter to you. That has been our time for today. We unfortunately have to say goodbye, but at 11 a.m. is Miss Murote with the Shiva Sessions show. She will be joining you guys, so as well, you don't want to stick around for that. And later on from 4 to 6 p.m, the dynamic duo of DJ CJ Kenya alongside DJ Elijah Mose with Gift of Gab. Do catch them as they tell you what has been happening in the world of hippity hoppit. And Wanyoike is out. See you.
From sun to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Kutoka zile studios hapa Mbio Worship Music, tumekuja kumsifu Bwana. Asifu Bwana. Baraka zishuke kama chombo, zikuangukie, neema izidi kukuongoza, usiaibike dunia ikikuchokoza. Kumbuka Yesu anaona, ukifeel unaogopa, wacha kupiganie. Kama siwe Baba, ningekuwa wapi leo? Kama siwe Baba, nisingekuwa hapa leo. Naona niwe Baba, najua niwe Baba. Majaribu ni kwa muda, mwishowe utashinda. Hata unapolemewa, kumbuka ulikotoka. Bwana hatakuangusha, yeye ni mwamba imara. Ukijipata kwenye noma, yeye atakuokoa. Kama siwe Baba, ningekuwa wapi leo? Kama siwe Baba, nisingekuwa hapa leo. Naona niwe Baba, najua niwe Baba. Kama siwe, ningekuwa wapi leo? Kama si wewe, naona ni wewe. Najua niwe Baba.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.